Welcome back to Algebra 1 class. We are in quadratics, and yesterday, or the last video I shot, we learned what it means to complete the square and how to just complete the square, not solve by that, but how to do that. So today we're going to learn how to use that to solve by completing the square. We are on page 320 if you're in my class. And I believe I assigned 1 through 12, and I have 3 examples here for you. You will complete the square like we did yesterday, though there's a little tweak to that. And then you will factor the left side only, and then you will extract the roots of both sides, which would be like take the square root of both sides, and then you'll solve. Most of these will end up with radicals in them. That is okay. So let's look at number 1. This looks different than yesterday because there's another number over here. Remember, yesterday we just had 2 things and we were putting in that number. Well, first you need to remember from yesterday that everything has to be on one side. So this 5 needs to move over because it needs to be in that ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, it needs to be in that form. So this is positive 5, so I'm going to subtract 5, which is going to give me x squared minus 6x minus 5 equals 0. Now, forget about this number for a minute because we don't need it to complete the square, because we need to take half of this, what's in front of x, which would be negative 3, and we need to square it. Negative 3 squared is a positive 9. That's what this number should be, positive 9. However, it isn't. So what do I need to add to this to make that a positive 9? Well, it's negative 5. So 5 would just get me to positive, then I got to add 9 more. So I need to add 14 to this, but whatever I do to this side, I have to add to this side. So negative 5 and 14 are going to give me positive 9, and this side is going to look like this, and this side is going to have a 14 over there. Leave that alone for now. Okay, so we completed the square. We found out the square needed to be 9. It was negative 5, so we had to add whatever we could to that to make it 9. So negative 5 plus 14 gave me the 9 that I got right here. But whatever we add to this side, we have to add to that side to keep the equation balanced. So now that we got that, that is this step, complete the square. Now it says factor the left side only. And remember, the left side will always be a perfect square trinomial. So we're going to have one parenthesis with the square sign, and then we will have x, and then whatever it is that you had right here, that's what goes there, okay? And then we got 14 on this side. All right, so now we've factored the left side. Now extract the root of both sides. That's the square root. So we're going to square root this side and square root that side. This one, if we square root it, it's just the square is going to disappear, and it's just going to be x minus 3. Whatever that is in parentheses, that's what it is. Just comes out of parentheses, okay, with no squared on it. This one right now stays radical 14 because there's no way I can break that down. It doesn't get simplified. But it is a plus or minus 14 because 2 negatives can make the positive in there. So now we solve this, and you have to solve this equation twice if need be. And if that comes up, I'll show you. I need to move this 3 over. It's negative 3, so I need to add 3 because I'm getting x by itself. And I'm going to get x equals 3 plus or minus radical 14. And that's my answer. Now, if I could do the math here, unfortunately, since I can't break radical 14 down, there's no adding or subtracting there. So I don't need to do 3 plus radical 14 and 3 minus radical 14 separately because there's nothing I can do with it. So we leave it like that, and that is done. All right, let's look at number 9. Remember, everything needs to go over, so I need to add 1. So I get x squared plus 8x plus 1 equals 0. Now that it's in ax squared plus bx plus c form, I need to find and complete the square. Half of positive 8 is 4, and 4 squared is what? It's 16, right? So this number needs to be 16. What do I need to add to make that 16? Well, it's a 1, so I need to add 15. If I add 15 there, I have to add 15 here. Okay, so now when I rewrite this, I'm going to have x squared plus 8x plus 16, 1 plus 15, equals 15. And I have completed the square. Okay, factor this side. Remember, that's just, and then it's this number right here, and that's a positive 4, equals 15. Okay, extract the root. So that's the little square root side. I'm going to move it over here. This just comes out, and it's going to be x plus 4. And this one is going to stay radical 15 because I can't break that down into a perfect square with a plus or minus. Subtract 4 from both sides. I get x equals negative 4 plus or minus radical 15. I'll leave that alone. Sometimes these can be broken down. Maybe this one will be able to be broken down. I don't know. To actually show you how to solve it. But so it's pretty much yesterday or the last video's process and then a couple more steps on it. I'm going to move this one to do 12 over there so that you can see it. Just follow the steps. Keep following the steps. If you get stuck, find out, did I factor the left side? Did I extract the roots? You know, that's the best way that I can help you, is to make sure that you follow the steps. Now, if you were in class, if we weren't doing this all from home, then if you came up to my desk, that's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Did you complete the square? Did you factor? Did you extract? That way we can figure out together what the problem is. So I'm going to move this problem up here. It's 12. And it's x squared plus 6x equals 7. Alright, so I need to move 7 over. It's positive, so I subtract it. Always do the opposite when you're moving across the equal sign. And I forgot to put the 7 in there. Up here running my mouth. Minus 7 equals 0. Okay, now it's all on one side. Half of positive 6 is 3. And 3 squared is 9. So this needs to be a 9. Alright, it is negative 7. Alright, so what do I need to add to that to make that a positive 9? Well, 7 is going to give me 0, because 7 and negative 7. So I need 7 plus 9 more, which is 16. So I need to add 16 to both sides. Alright, so now I would have x squared plus 6x plus 9, 3 squared, equals 16. Negative 7 plus 16 is positive 9, okay? Now I'm going to factor this, and it's going to be whatever's in here, and that's a positive 3, equals 16. Now we're going to take the roots, okay? And when I take the root of this, it's just going to be x plus 3. Drop all the extra. And this is plus or minus the square root of 16, which is 4. So we are going to get to do both problems on this one. I need to move my 3 over, so I've subtracted. And I'm going to have x equals negative 3 plus 4, and x equals negative 3 minus 4. Because I need to do the plus and I need to do the minus. Now, with ones like these where this couldn't get added to it, there's no point in doing that. But this is going to become a numerical answer. So negative 3 plus 4 is a positive 1, so x equals 1. And then negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7, so x equals negative 7. And those are the two answers that fit that. Okay? So do your best, follow all the steps, just 1 through 12. Make sure that you're writing the notes for the videos and turning those in for extra credit. Have a good rest of your day, and God bless.